Hi, Dana. Well, thank you very much. Law enforcement, a big subject in the campaign, and a subject that was very well received. You have no idea how respected you are. Sheriffs and, generally speaking, leaders of law enforcement, anybody involved in law enforcement, you have no idea how respected you are. You don't get the honest facts from the press, but you don't know how respected you are. So I just want to say that up front. I'm honored to welcome the National Sheriff's Association. Your leadership is here, and I know the great job you do. I've known you and followed you for a long period of time. Your efforts and your officers are outstanding. I know so many sheriffs from my area, some in particular, and they're great friends and great people. I just want to let you know that our job is to help you in law enforcement, and we're going to help you do your job. We're going to expand access to abuse-deterring drugs, which a lot of you have been talking about. They're out, and they're very hard to get. Stop the opioid epidemic. We've got to do it. It's a new thing, and honestly, people aren't talking about it enough. It's a new thing, and it's a new problem for you folks. It's probably a vast majority of your crimes, or at least a very big portion of your crimes, are caused by drugs. We're going to stop the border. We're going to stop. We're not going to have the drugs pour in from the border like they have been. We will work with you on supporting your long-standing efforts to strengthen the bonds between the communities and the police, which is very important. It is sort of a new phenomena to a certain extent, and it's happening more and more. And some great results are when you can strengthen the bonds. We're committed to securing our borders to reduce crime, illegal drugs, human trafficking, especially in border counties. We have a lot of the border counties represented. We're also committed to working with law enforcement to stop terrorist attacks. You've been reading about that and seeing about that. They want to take a lot of our powers away. Some people with a lot of the wrong intentions. And we've got a lot of bad people out there. And Dana, I just want to thank you on behalf of the government, on behalf of our country, for leading a strong, strong effort in the courts, and we really appreciate it, believe me. Because as you know, we don't have an attorney general. We have somebody who's phenomenal, Jeff Sessions. He's going to be there hopefully soon. But I believe it's about a record for the length of time that they've delayed the cabinet. These are cabinet members that are phenomenal people, and we haven't had representation, and now we have excellent representation, fortunately, in Dana, and Jeff will be with you very shortly, hopefully. But we're having a hard time getting approvals, and it's only a delay tactic. It's all politics. One person came up to me, a senator, Democratic senator, came up to me the other day and said, Jeff Sessions is a fantastic man. He's fabulous. He's a friend of mine. He's a great, great man and a great talent. And we're lucky to have him. I said, oh, great. I guess that means you're voting for him. No, I won't be doing that. He said, politics doesn't allow me to do that. I thought it was a disgrace. If the press talks loud and hard enough, I'll have to tell you who said that to me. You don't want to hear who said that to me. I'm shocked. I didn't think you'd care. But I'll probably tell you, actually. But anyway. So we're going to be very tough on crime. We're going to be very tough on the drugs pouring in, and it's a big part of the crime. We're going to be very strong at the border. We have no choice. And we're going to be building a wall. We're starting very soon. General Kelly will be working with a lot of you, and he's fantastic. He was one got approved very quickly, along with General Mattis. He's very, very outstanding, and I very much appreciate that you're here today. And Sheriff, I really thank you for leading the effort. Your reputation's fantastic, and it's a great honor to know you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Maybe we can go around. We'll let the press stay for a little while, unless you'd rather leave. Would the press rather stay? You know, just so you understand, it's a new phenomenon. You're on live television all over the world right now, so don't get nervous when you speak, okay? But I don't think these things have ever taken place before, but you are on live television, so if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. But if you do, I think it's a good thing to say. So maybe we'll just go around the room.
Well, Mr. President, thank you so much for having us here.
I'm Sheriff Carolyn Welsh from Chester County, Pennsylvania, and proud to say Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth, will put you over the top November 8th. Very proud of that. We don't stop bragging about that.
You were great support.
Thank you. And I just want to thank you for, during the campaign and since the campaign, being such a strong, courageous supporter of law enforcement. On the federal level with the Border Patrol, on the state level, in the counties, municipalities, boroughs, and particularly with the elected sheriff of the counties. Because we are the sheriff, we are the people's representative, and we are elected by the people, and we greatly appreciate your strong and continued support.
Thank you, Carolyn. There's a new sheriff in town.
That's right.
I hear there's so much data. They always use, there's a new sheriff in town. So anyway.
Sheriff Harold Evanson, Rockwall County, Texas. We appreciate your support very much. Our county's probably about 85% Republican.
Right.
So it was pretty easy for
They
you
were
in our
very
county.
nice. I agree. They were very nice.
Being in a border state, I have been to the border in Texas any number of times, been to the border in Arizona. I clearly understand the problem we have. And previously, when we go to the border and hear what the ranchers and sheriffs have to say, those border sheriffs and border ranchers, it was 180 degrees from what we heard from the previous administration. And
You're seeing a big difference.
We're very proud to have you as president.
And that's only 2 weeks. Okay, it's a very short period of time. I'm hearing it from a lot of people. People are calling in, and people I know that are in the area. They're saying it's like day and night because we're not playing games. We're not playing games. We're stopping the drugs from pouring into our country and poisoning our youth. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Mr. President, I'm Jonathan Thompson. I'm the Executive Director and CEO of the National Sheriff's Association. Let me tell you the difference of 6 months. I sat in this room, in this chair, and I was pleading, I was begging for help. Today, you've invited us here to your home. You're offering help. You're delivering on that offer. And on behalf of our members across the country, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's so nice. I appreciate that.
You bet.
Mr. President, Rich Stanek, Hennepin County, Minneapolis, Minnesota. First off, thank you very much. As Ms. Conway said, next time up by 3 points in my state.
Okay.
Put it over the top.
Well, we
Secondly,
almost won your state. You know, we weren't supposed to do very well in your state, and we lost by 1 point. I say if I went there one more visit, we would have won. We would have won Minnesota, but it was very close.
Thank you. Many of us have your back, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And I just want to say that, you hit on 2 topics that are near and dear to my heart. The first is opioids, right?
Right.
I had 144 people that died last year as a result of opioid overdose. 31% increase over the year before. We need help. 80+% of those drugs come from south of the border. Everybody knows it. I know you will do something about that.
I will. It's already being done. Believe me, it's a big, big difference, and we will do that. And you do have a big problem. And you have a big problem with the refugees pouring in, don't you?
Yes, we do, sir. And all we're asking is what you're doing, which is let the courts decide, do what we've been doing. The rule of law is strong, and the proper vetting of individuals is really important to us.
Well, the vetting is much, much tougher now, and we need this court case. It would be very helpful to keeping the wrong people out of our country. You understand that better than anybody. So
I do,
I
sir.
think we're going to have some good results. It may take a little while. And, this is a very dangerous period of time because while everybody's talking and dealing, a lot of bad people are thinking about, hey, let's go in right now. But we're being very, very tough with the vetting, tougher than ever before. So,
Sir, I chair the Homeland Security Committee for the National Sheriff's Association. We heard from General Kelly yesterday. His message was right on the mark about this, carrying out your directives, and we appreciate that.
that used to be a political position, what General Kelly's doing right now. Homeland Security, if you remember, it's like a political position. Not anymore. Now it's, in my opinion, one of my truly most important positions. So he's doing a great job. Thank you very much, Sheriff.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, thank you. It's such an honor to be here. I'm Danny Glick, Sheriff, Laramie County, Wyoming. There's so many issues that you'll hear going around this table. One of the ones that probably people don't realize is EPA decisions that have affected our coal industry, our oil industry in the West. But beyond that, it increases the number of people that are jobless and thus increases our crime statistics. And it's starting to overwhelm us. We're very small out there for the most part, and we don't have the numbers of deputies, officers in law enforcement that can sometimes keep up with this. I appreciate what you've done and what you're planning in the future. I think it was very well publicized, and I just appreciate being here today.
Thank you, Sheriff. And I will tell you that the EPA, you're right. I call it, it's clogged the bloodstream of our country. People can't do anything. People are looking to get approvals for factories